At this stage, I'm going to proceed with crankcase removal. We'll get the clutch off, get the stator coil off, and split these cases. Alright, starting on page 457, to split the crankcase, I have the engine removed. I've already got the cylinder head off of the bike. My next step is to go and remove the pickup coil and pickup coil rotor, the stator coil assembly, and the clutch assembly. So that's what we'll do now. In order to remove the pickup coil on the right side of the engine, we have to take the generator cover off on the left side of the engine. So this will help me remember the routing of some of the cables, and also on which bolt do I put the little cable retainer. So I'll take off all these Allen heads and then we'll get back to the other side. I got my little helper out here today. Hey Zoe, you stay in the yard now. Alright, so to remove the pickup coil rotor assembly, I remove this bolt. The easiest way to do it, and the same on the other side with the generator, use an air tool. Alright, a ratcheting air wrench breaks these things loose, nothing flat, and just makes the job so much easier. Yeah, getting it back on, getting it torqued properly is an issue, but you can kind of guesstimate it with the air pressure on the compressor. Notice that before I did that, I moved the cam chain over and out of the way of the sprocket. Just there was no potential for the chain to get caught up here. Now with the pickup coil rotor removed, I can bring the cam chain right out. Of course, I intend to reuse parts like this chain. It should be perfectly good shape and be able to easily last another 60,000 miles. So I'll bag these up. Let me show you the procedure that I go through to remove the generator rotor. I went to the hardware store and I bought a bolt that will thread correctly into this opening. I don't remember what the thread count per inch or the size of the bolt is, but I'll post that on the YouTube video. And again, I just screw this in, use my air hammer, and this should pop right out. When this has been on for a while, there's very strong magnetic forces that are going to be holding this on. And you can't just sort of pull it off. The book calls for a special rotor holding tool. I found that you don't really need that if you have a bolt like this and an air wrench. So just air wrench, and it should pop right out. From there, 3 bolts to remove the wiring assembly. After removing the pickup coil and generator, it's onto the clutch. So first up, remove the clutch cover. Alright, now that I've removed the clutch cover, I go through and remove the bolts that hold on the clutch spring plate retainer, which allows us to remove the spring plate. And get access to all the clutch friction plates. Okay. With the spring plate assembly removed, now we go in and flatten this lock washer plate, which allows us to remove the clutch boss nut and then remove the clutch assembly. I'm going to use my air tool on this nut so I don't have to have the special Yamaha tool to hold the clutch while you loosen the nut. So 2 bolts in the bracket, and let's see if I can get that chain. No, can't quite get that chain loose. So it looks like I will have to go down underneath and remove the oil and water pump assembly. So 2 bolts in the bracket, and let's see if I can get that chain. No, can't quite get that chain loose. So it looks like I will have to go down underneath and remove the oil and water pump assembly.